Per acabar el dia d'avui volem rendir un petit homenatge a en Satish Kumar, perquè des de fa 10 anys ell, sense fallar cap any, ha vengut aquí a Mallorca, en aquesta terra que estima tant i que tant estimant nosaltres. Ha vengut a compartir la seva saviesa i el seu amor. No? I el millor que podem dir nosaltres, des de poc a poc, na Sibila, na Techo, en Gustavo, en Alberto, na Laura, tots els amics, tots els voluntaris que han participat durant aquests anys, tanta gent que ha vengut des del primer any a compartir, tots duim en Satish a dins el cor, perquè vosaltres ho veus, és un home que se fa estimar i que tot el que ell comparteix arriba directament en el cor, que és el que realment està viu de veritat, no? El sentir aquest amor i aquesta saviesa d'en Satish. Tots nosaltres estem d'acord amb una cosa, i és el resum d'aquest compartir amb ell, no? I és que des que el coneixem tots som millors persones. I avui de matí li deia que, venint del seu cotxe, li deia que si hagués d'escriure un llibre damunt la seva persona, el títol seria «La seva vida és el seu missatge». Perquè realment ell és una persona vertadera, que viu des del seu ser. I no és fàcil trobar persones així. Per això és vera que sempre dèiem, fent la broma de que tots nosaltres som multimilionaris, però evidentment no en V.O.S.E, però amb algo que és molt més important que els V.O.S, perquè ell ens ha ensenyat a ser més compassius, ens ha ensenyat empatia, ens ha ensenyat respecte, però no respecte només per les persones, respecte pel lloc, respecte per aquesta illa de Mallorca, els boscos, la mar, els arbres, els animals, aquest respecte que és molt revolucionari, perquè cada dia veiem que el nostre món és un món molt violent. Però, així com ahir a l'Aró dèiem que si miram els mitjans de comunicació, si els llegim, veurem que aquí a Mallorca hi ha un caos en l'educació. Però això és la part negativa. És vera que hi ha aquesta part negativa. Però llavors també, si sabem veure, si sabem profunditzar, veurem que hi ha moltíssima gent, molt d'activistes, molt de professors, molt d'educadors, molt de pares, molt de mares, que volen una educació diferent per als seus fills i que estan lluitant i que lluitaran perquè en aquesta illa les pròximes generacions tinguin una educació millor de la que nosaltres vàrem tenir. I en Satish, per nosaltres, ha estat com encendre un mistro a dins una habitació totalment fosca. Ens ha donat llum, ens ha permès aquest dossier que antes vos comentava, que és un poc un resum de 10 anys, realment ell ha estat el far que ens ha il·luminat i que n'Alberto i jo hem pogut resumir amb aquest petit llibre així com nosaltres veiem l'educació i sense cap dubte, independentment de tots els visionaris que han vengut i que han convidat, no els puc anomenar tots, però estan els tenim presents, sobretot en Vandana Shiva i en Fridtjof i en Gunther i tant d'amics, en Fukuoka, en Anita Roddick, en Jerry Mander, en Doc Tompkins, gent que mos ha inspirat, però sense cap dubte és qui mos ha marcat el camí i que ha fet que tota aquesta gent, tots els seus amics, venguessin aquí a Mallorca, ha estat en Satish. Per això, jo ara, simbòlicament, li vull donar una abraçada que representa l'amor de tots els que han compartit aquests 10 anys amb ell.
Thank you for your love. Thank you. My dear friend. Thank you. Dear friend, thank you.
Bueno, i per acabar, hem estat cercant durant aquest any un poeta que pogués acompanyar els darrers 15 o 20 minuts. I jo he cercat per 5 continents i en el final adivineu quin poeta, quina és la persona, el poeta que realment ens agradava tenir aquí per compartir aquest moment. Que no sabeu qui és? En Patch Adams?
I really steal other people's poetry. They asked me to do a tribute to you, Satish, and the addiction I have to poetry, I'm sorry to say, is the one that I'll torture you with for the last part of this afternoon. When you memorize poetry, you find out that a lot of people don't want to hear any poetry. Most people in the United States can't name a living poet. And if you tell your parents you're going to be a poet, they think it's a nightmare. How will you support yourself? Well, I'm going to recite, Satish, the longest poem I know. I don't know if this is to put you to sleep or to share with you a man who shaped my life. It's, I think, the premier American U.S. poet, Walt Whitman. That I don't know if you've ever looked like I have in art for something that represents yourself, or you hear a voice that you go, wow, that's exactly how I feel. And Walt Whitman shaped my life. When I left my 3rd mental hospitalization, I got Leaves of Grass, and I've never found a poet who is so in love with people, so in love with life, and so influential, I think, for poets that have come since. He wrote Leaves of Grass in 1885 and then rewrote it until he died. And the poem Song of the Open Road is a poem that I offer, and I'm tickled that they have a translation. I don't know if it's Spanish or Catalan. If it's translated to Catalan, wow, it's really reached far. So, and even if you don't get the language that you understand, you'll certainly see that I like the poem. So, Satish, this is the song of the open road, and I think from the description of you that we heard that you stepped out onto the open road. Afoot and lighthearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me leading wherever I choose. Henceforth, I ask not good fortune, I myself am good fortune. Henceforth, I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing, done with indoor complaints, libraries, querulous criticisms, strong and content. I travel the open road. The earth, that is sufficient. I do not want the constellations any nearer. I know they're very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. Still here I carry my old delicious burdens. I carry them, men and women. I carry them with me wherever I go, I swear. It is impossible for me to get rid of them. I am filled with them, and I will fill them in return. You road I enter upon and look around. I believe you are not all that is here. I believe much unseen is also here. Here the profoundest lesson of reception, nor preference, nor denial, the black with his woolly head, the diseased, the felon, the illiterate person are not denied. The birth, the hastening after the physician, the beggar's tramp, the drunkard stagger, the laughing party of mechanics, the escaped youth, the rich person's carriage, the fop, the eloping couple, the early market man, the hearse, the moving of furniture into the town, the return back from the town, they pass. I also pass. Anything passes. None can be interdicted. None but are accepted. None but shall be dear to me. You air that serves me with breath to speak. You objects that call from diffusion my meaning and give them shape. You light that wraps me and all things in delicate, equable showers. You paths worn in the irregular hollows by the roadside. I believe you are latent with unseen existences. You are so dear to me. You strong curbs at the edges, you ferries, you planks and posts of wharfs, you timber-lined sides, you distant ships, you rows of houses, you window-pierced facades, you roofs, you porches and entrances, you copings and iron guards, you windows whose transparent shells might expose so much, you doors and ascending steps, you trodden crossings, you gray stones of interminable patience, you arches. From all that has touched you, I believe you have imparted to yourself and now would impart the same secretly to me. From the living and the dead, you have peopled your impassive surfaces, and the spirits thereof would be evident and amicable with me. The earth expanding, right hand, left hand, the picture alive, every part in its best light. The music falling in where it is wanted and stopping where it is not wanted. The cheerful voice of the public road, the gay, fresh sentiment of the road. Oh, highway I travel, do you say to me, do not leave me? Do you say, venture not, if you lead me, you are lost? Do you all say, I am already well prepared, I am well beaten and undenied, adhere to me? Oh, public road, I say back, I am not afraid to leave you, yet I love you. You express me better than I can express myself. You shall be more to me than my poem. I think heroic deeds were all conceived in the open air, and all free poems also. I think I could stop here myself and do miracles. I think whatever I shall meet on the road, I shall like, and whoever beholds me shall like me. I think whoever I meet must be happy. From this hour I ordain myself loosed from limits and imaginary lines, going where I list, my own master, total and absolute. Listening to others, considering well what they say, pausing, searching, receiving, contemplating, gently but with undeniable will, divesting myself of the holes that would hold me. I inhale great draughts of space. The east and the west are mine, the north and the south are mine. I am larger, better than I thought. I did not know I held so much goodness. All seems beautiful to me. I can repeat over to men and women, you have done such good to me. I would do the same for you. I will recruit for myself and you as I go. I shall scatter myself among men and women as I go. I shall toss in a new gladness and roughness. Whoever denies me, it shall not trouble me. And whoever accepts me, he or she shall be blessed and shall bless me. Now, if 1,000 perfect men were to appear, it would not amaze me. Now, if 1,000 beautiful forms of woman appeared, it would not astonish me. Now I see the making of the best persons. It is to grow in the open air and to eat and sleep with the earth. Here a great personal deed has room. Such a deed seizes upon the hearts of the whole race of men. Its effusion of strength and will overwhelms law and mocks all authority and all argument against it. Here is the test of wisdom. Wisdom is not finally tested in schools. Wisdom is not passed from one having it to another not having it. Wisdom is of the soul, is not susceptible of proof, is its own proof, applies to all stages and objects and qualities, and is content. Is the certainty of the reality and immortality of things and the excellence of things, something there is in the float of the sight of things that provokes it out of the soul. Now I re-examine philosophies and religions. They may prove well in the lecture halls, but not prove at all under the spacious clouds and along the landscapes and flowing currents. Here is realization. Here is a man tallied. He realizes here what he has in him, the past, the future, majesty, love. If they are vacant of you, you are vacant of them. Only the kernel of every object nourishes. Where is he who tears off the husks for you and me? Where is he who undoes stratagems and envelopes for you and me? Here is adhesiveness. It is not previously fashioned. It is apropos. Do you know what it is as you pass to be loved by strangers? Do you know the talk of the turning eyeballs? Here is the efflux of the soul. The efflux of the soul comes from within through embowered gates, ever-provoking questions. These yearnings, why are they? These thoughts in the darkness, why are they? Why are there men and women that while they are nigh me, the sunlight expands my blood? Why, when they leave me, do my pennants of joy sink flat and lank? Why are there trees I never walk under, but large and melodious thoughts descend upon me? I think they hang their winter and summer on those trees and always drop fruit as I pass. What is it I interchange so suddenly with strangers? What with some driver as I ride on the seat by his side? What with some fisherman drawing his seine by the shore as I walk by and pause? What gives me to be free to a woman's and a man's goodwill? What gives them to be free to mine? The efflux of the soul is happiness. Here is happiness. I think it pervades the open air, waiting at all times. Now it flows unto us. We are rightly charged. Here rises the fluid and attaching character. The fluid and attaching character is the freshness and sweetness of man and woman. The herbs of the morning sprout no fresher and sweeter every day out of the roots of themselves than it sprouts fresh and sweet continually out of itself. Towards the fluid and attaching character exudes the sweat of the love of young and old, and from it falls distilled the charm that mocks all beauty and attainments. Towards it heaves the shuddering, longing ache of contact. Along, whoever you are, come travel with me. Traveling with me, you find what never tires. The earth never tires. The earth is rude, silent, incomprehensible at first. Nature is rude and incomprehensible at first. Be not discouraged. Keep on. There are divine things well enveloped. There are divine things more beautiful than words can say. Along, we must not stop here. However sweet the laid-up stores and however convenient this dwelling, we cannot remain here. However sheltered this port and however calm these waters, we must not anchor here. However welcome the hospitality of those who surround us, we are permitted to receive it but a little while. Allah, the inducements shall be greater. We shall sail pathless and wild seas. We shall go where winds blow, waves dash, and the Yankee clipper speeds by under full sail. Along with power, liberty, the earth, the elements, health, defiance, gaiety, self-esteem, curiosity, along from all formulas, along from your formulas, O bat-eyed and materialistic priests. The stale cadaver blocks up the passage. The burial waits no longer. Along, yet take warning. He traveling with me needs the best blood, thews, endurance. None may come to the trial till he and she bring courage and health. Come not here if you have already spent the best of yourself. Only those may come who come in sweet and determined bodies. No diseased person, no rum drinker or venereal taint is permitted here. I and mine do not convince by arguments, similes, rhymes. We convince by our presence. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I do not offer old, smooth prizes, but offer rough new ones. These are the days that must happen to us. You shall not heap up what is called riches. You shall scatter with lavish hand all that you earn or achieve. You but arrive at a city to which you were destined. You hardly settle yourself to satisfaction before you are called by an irresistible call to depart. You shall be treated to the ironical smiles and mockings of those who remain behind you. What beckonings of love you receive, you shall only answer with passionate kisses of parting. You shall not allow the hold of those who spread their reached hands towards you. Allah, after the great companions, and to belong to them, they too are on the road. They are the swift and majestic men. They are the greatest women, enjoyers of calms of seas and storms of seas, sailors of many a ship, walkers of many a mile of land, habitués of far distant dwellings, habitués of far distant peoples, trusters of men and women, observers of cities, solitary toilers, pausers and contemplators of tufts, blossoms, shells of the shore, dancers at wedding dances, kissers of brides, tender helpers of children, bearers of children, soldiers of revolts, standers by gaping graves, lowerers down of coffins, journeyers over consecutive seasons, over the years, the curious years, each emerging from that which preceded it. Journeyers as with companions, namely their own diverse phases. Forth-steppers from the latent, unrealized baby days. Journeyers gaily with their own youth. Journeyers with their bearded and well-grained manhood, journeyers with their womanhood, ample, unsurpassed, content, journeyers with their own sublime old age of manhood or womanhood, old age, calm, expanded, broad with the haughty breadth of the universe, old age flowing free with the delicious nearby freedom of death. Allah, to that which is endless as it was beginningless, to undergo much, tramps of days, rest of nights, to merge in the travel they tend to and the days and nights they tend to merge them again in the start of superior journeys, to see nothing anywhere but what you can reach it and pass it, to conceive no time, however distant, but what you can reach it and pass it, to conceive no time, however long, but it stretches and waits for you, however long, but it stretches and waits for you. To see no possession, but you may possess it. Enjoying all without labor or purchase, abstracting the feast, yet not abstracting one particle of it. To take the best from the farmer's farm and the rich man's elegant villa, and the chaste blessings of the well-married couple, and the fruits of orchards and the flowers of gardens, to take to your use out of the compact cities as you pass through, to carry the streets and buildings with you after wherever you go, to gather the minds out of the men as you encounter them, to gather the love out of their hearts, to take your lovers on the road with you for all that you leave them behind you, to know the universe itself as a road. Proud, fond, sick, accepted by men, rejected by men. They go, I know that they go, but I know that they go toward the best, toward something great. Whoever you are, come travel with me. Whoever you are, come travel with me. However sweet the laid-up stores and however convenient this dwelling, you must come travel with me. Behold through you as bad as the rest, through the laughing, dancing, dining, and supping of people, inside of dresses and ornaments, inside of those washed and well-trimmed faces, behold a secret, silent loathing and despair. No husband, no wife, no friend trusted to hear the confession. Another self, a duplicate of everyone, skulking and hiding it goes, formless and wordless through the streets of the cities, polite and bland in the parlors, in the cars, railroads, in the steamboats, in the public assemblies, home to the houses of men and women, at the table, in the bedroom, everywhere. Countenance smiling, form upright, death under the breastbone, hell under the skull bone, under the broadcloth and gloves, under the ribbons and artificial flowers, keeping fair with the custom, speaking not anything of itself, speaking of everything else, but never of itself. Along through struggles and war, the goal that was named cannot be countermanded. Have the past struggles succeeded? What has succeeded? Yourself, your nation, nature? Now understand me well. It is provided in the essence of things that from whatever fruition of success, no matter what, shall come forth something to make a greater struggle necessary. My call is the call to battle. I nourish active rebellion. He going with me must go well armed. He going with me goes often with spare diet, poverty, angry enemies, desertions. Allah, the road is before us. It is safe. I have tried it. My own feet have tried it. Be not detained. Let the paper remain on the desk unwritten and the book on the shelf unopened. Let the tool remain in the workshop and the money remain unearned. Let the school stand. Mind not the cry of the teacher. Let the preacher preach in his pulpit, the lawyer plead in his court, and the judge expound the law. Camarado, I give you my hand. I give you my love more precious than money. I give you myself before preaching and law. Will you give me yourself? Will you come travel with me? Shall we stick by each other for as long as we live? Walt Whitman. Thank you, Satish.
Pat, that's a beautiful poem of Pedro.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Great poem. And you read it beautifully.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ok. Ferran, me passes? Me passes. Bé, sí, no fa falta que vos assegueu. We need you in Mallorca for president. Bueno, mos veiem demà. Vos esperam a tots aquí. Gràcies per fer visible lo invisible, per fer avui visible aquest fil de l'amor. Demà començarem amb una meditació amb en Satish i llavors en Carlos González. Allah! Llavors, en Carlos González estarà 2 hores amb nosaltres, continuarem amb en David Orr, passarem els vídeos que avui no hem pogut passar, però bueno, demà segur que els passarem i tornarem a compartir amb en Satish. Fins demà. Gràcies.